Greetings. A couple of weekends ago, I decided I needed to have some time away. Since I moved my mother here 18 months ago, I hadn't been away from home for an overnight. I just hadn't. I've been pretty much in the house all the time. My wife has been on a few trips here and there, but it's just been me. And I needed some time away. So we made an agreement, and I spent a couple of nights at Turning Stone Casino in Oneida, New York. And the first night there, I actually slept pretty well. And my mindset was pretty clear, and I walked around and saw things I'd never seen before. And I've been going there for almost 25 years. And so you'd think I would have seen everything, but they're always building something. And so I saw almost everything. I didn't see the golf courses. They supposedly have 3 golf courses, and all I found was a driving range. But I don't golf, so it wasn't a big deal. But I saw a lot of cool stuff. So like I said, the first night I slept well. I had a good day. The second night, I didn't sleep well at all. I was very restless. And why was I restless? Because I knew I was coming back home to issues that I might have to deal with. And I felt the pressure. Back of my neck was hurting. My head was hurting a little bit. I ate horrible that night. I'm diabetic. My glucose numbers went real high, even though I took all my medication. And so I got home that Sunday and things didn't feel right. And I'm going through half of my Monday and I'm just not in a better mood. And I read something, and I wish I could remember what it was I read. But I read something, and one of the things that it said is something that I do all the time. It said that if someone asks you how you are and you say something like, okay, or I'm hanging in there, it's not really positive. It sounds really negative. And what the article basically was saying is that if you present yourself to others in a way that's negative instead of positive, that is going to keep you in a bad spot. And I thought about that, and I said, you know what? I need to change my mindset a little bit because I've been under a lot of pressure. I'm not going to lie. So in the kitchen and here in my office on the door, we have whiteboards. And when my wife and I come up with something we want to say, as far as a motivational thing, we will write it up there. And so I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I need to put something up on the board to work on changing my mindset. And what I wrote was something like this. I said that it works better for your life if you can change dark thoughts to light thoughts, because you'll always feel better. Very simple. But I had to put it into application. So the next day, my friend Kelvin sends me a message, and he always says, good morning. How are you feeling? It's interesting. He says that all the time. This time I said, I feel really good. Now, I don't know if he believed it or not, but he wrote back and said, well, that's great. And I actually did, because I had written that message on the whiteboard, and I said, it's time to come up with a different mindset. You know, we all have things that we have to deal with, but it doesn't mean that all the things that we're dealing with are really the worst things in the world. My goodness, who couldn't think of worse things in the world? And since then, I have actually been in a better mood. I've gotten a lot more things done. I've been working with my new planner, which is red, Ink and Volt. I might review it one day, but it didn't matter. I wanted a red planner, and I got it. But I've been working with my planner, which I have always wanted to do with my other planners, and I would work a little bit, but it would kind of fall by the wayside. But I did it. I worked with the planner, and I started feeling better. I started getting things done. I'm checking things off the list. I may not be checking off every single thing every day because I'm violating one of those other principles, which basically says you should only have 3 things on your to-do list, and then everything else you do doesn't matter because you've completed it. I had 5 things on my list, and I got 4 things done. Today, I had 3 things on the list. I got all 3 things done. So I'm being productive. I'm moving forward. I'm handling some issues with my mother pretty well. I mean, you know, there are some things that go on that only people who have parents who are in kind of the same state my mother is understand, but I'm handling it better over the last week and a half. That's good stuff. And I think mom feels a little bit better because of some of it. It's hard to tell. It's hard to get her to smile. From what I understand, that's one of the symptoms of dementia is they don't smile as much. Well, that's mom, unless I'm giving her dessert, in which case she's extremely happy. I understand that because I'm the same way. But I've been feeling better. I'm working better. Not always sleeping better, but I'm working on that part. And that's kind of what I want to impart to you. If you're one of those people who you're not really projecting better feelings towards others, then you're never going to feel better on your own. I'm not saying that this is going to be a Pollyanna thing. You really have to kind of start believing some of these things. If you're just saying it and you then are just totally miserable all the other time without trying to feel some of what you're saying, it ain't going to work. So my wish for you is to think more in the light rather than the dark. You don't have to go over the top. You just have to be a bit more positive in your statements than you normally are and see if it changes your mindset. If it doesn't, watch the video again. And if you need some help, write me, contact me. You can find my email address. It's everywhere. My name is Mitch Mitchell. I hope y'all have a wonderful week.